The Jawa Perak was the first factory custom motorcycle from Jawa, and the Bobber 42 is going to be their next introduction. Well, Mahindra and Mahindra's motorcycling arm brought the brands of Jawa and ESD to the Indian shores, and now they are updating the segment, bringing in new products, and we already have seen one of the Bobber motorcycles in the form of the Jawa Perak. Today we have another offering from the stables of Jawa, and this is the 42 Bobber. Now the 42 Bobber is what the Perak is to the Jawa. So this 42 Bobber is a variation of the Jawa 42, and if you look at it, it looks really good. And I'm going to go ahead and say that in my personal opinion, this looks much better than the Jawa Perak. So stay tuned till the end of the video. We're going to give you a complete lowdown of what this motorcycle is all about and what and how it is different from the Perak. Now at the front itself, this you will find out that this looks way much different than the Perak because of this LED headlamp cluster. Now this is a full LED cluster. It gets LED DRLs, you get LED turn indicators, and these chunky forks for suspension. You also get these fat tires, and they give it the complete Bobber motorcycle look. You get disc brakes at the front, bi-brake brake calipers, and you also see a radiator right here. Behind that is sitting the 334cc engine, and this one is now in chrome. The Perak gets it in black. It has got a black finish, but in my opinion this looks much better than the one that looks on Perak. But this is going to be a little bit of a challenge to maintain, so you have to keep cleaning it so that it looks as shiny as it is. And you get these nice exhaust with chrome tips, and they look really good. I'm going to fire up the engine in a bit and show you how it sounds. Before that, here you have the 42 Bobber branding and this new seat. Jawa has completely made a new seat. This has not been borrowed from the Perak. It's a completely redesigned seat, and it has got more cushioning and is more comfortable as well. Here you have the fender, and the tail lights have been integrated right here. The Perak gets it on the seat itself, but right here, this one gets it right here at the rear. This is also LED along with the LED turn indicators. At the rear also you get these Seat chunky tires and disc brakes at the rear as well. Now this section right here, it gets a mono suspension, and if you look at this from rear, it looks massive and looks like a really fat bike, and does give it an imposing and intimidating look. If you look at the motorcycle from behind, you get a monoshock suspension right here, which is right under the seat. Now if you come to the top, here you have the 42 branding. These are just decals. You have the Jawa logo on the side of the tank, and this chrome finish for the fuel lid. Looks really nice. Now this colorway that you see is the Jasper red, and the Jasper red gets these kind of decals. There are two other colors, the white and the copper, which have a different decal design. Now if you look at the handlebar, you get a nice Bobber style long handlebar, and it's completely finished in black. On this side of the handle you will have the engine kill switch. This is for the hazard lamp, and here you have the ignition itself. You get bar end mirrors around. They offer a decent view of the rear. They are functional, but I would have preferred a little bit of elongated mirrors, so get a better view of the road behind. Besides that, right here you will get a charging port, not one but two of them. One is a standard USB, second one is a type C, which is really thoughtful. Here you have the controls for operating the functions of the instrument console. Besides that, you have the turn indicators right here, and this is the horn, which sounds like this. So it's a nice strong horn. And at this side as well, you get the bar end mirrors. clutch is blacked out, the brake also is blacked out, not adjustable. And here you have the instrument console, fully digital, negative LCD, and you have the tacho right here, speedo, you have the trip meters, then you have the fuel indicator right here, a clock, and gear position indicator as well. Here you have all the telltale lights. On the side of the tank you will also find these nice tank grips. They are rubberized and you can grip the tank while riding comfortably. Now the foot pegs have also been changed. Now the Perak, a lot of people complained that the foot peg was at the rear, it was somewhere right here, and it gave a very sporty position, not a very bobber like position. But with this the foot pegs have been moved to the front and it gives a better riding position, a more comfortable riding position to the rider. If you look at the gear shifter, it's also blacked out, so is the brake pedal on this side. You also get these guards which are completely black, and I suppose these come as standard. Now the key of the Jawa 42 bobber looks somewhat like this. It has a very unique design, and if you look at it, this looks like the tank. So yeah, clever design. Anyway, this is where the key goes for the ignition, and if you want to lock the bike, you have another handle lock right here, which is right under the handle, and you can just put the key in, turn it around, and the handle is now locked. So the same key to operate both the handle lock and the ignition. Now the position of the foot pegs is really important on this motorcycle, because now you have a better rider's triangle. And if you see, I'm sitting very comfortably and I have an upright seating position, get a nice view of the road, and you can ride on this motorcycle for hours at end, which is really nice. Now I'm just going to fire up the engine because I have to sit on the motorcycle and pick the side stand up. So this is a feature, a quirk you may call it. Unless you have the side stand up, you won't be able to start the motorcycle even if the motorcycle is in neutral. So yes, so that's a safety feature as per Jawa. So I'm just going to fire up the engine and show you how the exhaust sounds. So that's how the Jawa 42 bobber sounds. Let us know in the comments if it sounds any better or it should have sounded a little different. Now let's look at how this motorcycle rides. Now it has a comfortable riding position. It has all the makings of a proper bobber. It has a good riding stance as well. But how is the engine? The engine now has been retuned, it has been made more refined, and that shows in how the motorcycle rides as well. The engine now is more refined and it is very smooth to ride. The vibrations have been reduced. They're still there, but they have been reduced to a very good extent. So you won't feel any vibrations up to 6000 RPM. After 6000 RPM, when you push the bike, the vibrations start to creep in. Now this has a very good mid-range, and the mid-range performance is the mid-range is where this motorcycle excels. You won't get a lot of low-end torque. Now if you're riding in traffic, you will have to work the gears, you will have to shift down to get a move on, otherwise you're going to get a lot of knocking and the engine might stall. But to its advantage, the 42 bobber comes equipped with a slipper and assist clutch, which means that you can shift down very quickly while you're on the move, so you don't have to work the clutch a lot. Now speaking about the clutch, it is a little bit on the harder side, and if you are someone who rides holding the clutch, you will find that your hands start to ache after you've ridden like 30-40 kilometers. But if you are someone who just lets go of the clutch, you won't have any issues. Pulling the clutch is not very difficult. It's a little bit hard, but it will be uncomfortable only if you're riding in a lot of stop-go traffic. And while you're riding in stop-go traffic, the engine does heat up. So yes, However, the radiator fan is very quick to turn on, and the heat dissipation has been managed really well on this motorcycle, and you will not get any heat on your legs per se, so you won't have roasted legs after a long day's ride. If you're riding on the highway, the engine won't heat up as much. This happens only in stop-go traffic and when you're riding very slow. But the fan does a very good job of keeping the engine cool. Now let's talk about the highway riding. This is where the 42 bobber comes into its own, and that's the playground that it likes. If you are cruising on the highway at speeds about 80-90 kilometers an hour, you will have a smile on your face. The engine revs happily and it's very smooth until 6,500 RPM, and you will enjoy your long distance rides. That being said, the heat is also managed well, and you will also get the best of fuel efficiency when you're riding at higher speeds on the highway. Getting to 115 to 120 is also very easy, but once you cross the 100 kilometers mark, that's when you're going to start feeling the vibrations, and you will start to feel them on the foot pegs and the handles as well as on your butt. However, if you're cruising in the range of 80 to 100, you will not find any discomfort at all, and you will enjoy riding the motorcycle. Now, the 42 bobber comes equipped with a 334cc engine that produces 30.64 PS of power and 32.74 Newton meters of torque. Now, this one is mated to a 6-speed transmission. Speaking about the gearbox itself, the upshifts are kind of notchy, but the downshifts are very smooth. Overall, the gear transmission has been smoothened out from the previous motorcycle. Secondly, there is the assistant slipper clutch. So in stop-go traffic, if you want to shift down quickly, that can be done easily. And kudos to Jawa on adding this to this classic motorcycle. Now, talking about the ride quality, the suspension is a bit on the stiffer side, and if you show this motorcycle a set of bad roads, it is going to unsettle you. And yes, it will. You are going to not only feel the bumps on the foot pegs and the handlebar, but also on your back, because this motorcycle does not like being ridden fast on a bad patch of road. So if you're thinking about taking this motorcycle off-roading, forget about it. This motorcycle will not be able to handle that. But show it a set of a highway and a smooth road, and you will enjoy your ride. Also, the ground clearance is very low, so you have to be careful while you are maneuvering those big city speed breakers, because there is a chance that you will scrape the belly. That being said, it's needless to say that you will not be able to enjoy corner carving because of the low ground clearance. As in, when you tip the bike to any side, there is a chance that you will scrape the exhaust pipe. So it's not a motorcycle that you can take on the twisties. I mean, you can't push the bike very hard. Obviously, you can take it on the twisties, but you cannot push it hard on the corners. The tires add a lot of grip, and this motorcycle has a great straight line stability. I mean, you can go at high speeds in straight lines, and the bike will not waver even a bit. I mean, the bigger tires and the weight of the motorcycle, you will simply enjoy cruising on this motorcycle. In terms of mileage, while we were not able to test it out completely, but I can safely say that you will be able to get 25 to 30 kilometers to the liter very easily. On the highways, you can go up to 33, 34 kmpl as well. In the cities, you should get about 22, 23. So on an average, it's going to be between 25 and 30, depends on how you ride and how you push the motorcycle. Now, let's talk about the prices. Now, the base variant of the Perak, which is the copper color, it costs 2,06,000 ex-showroom. Then you have the white color variant, which costs 2,07,000, and this one right here is the top of the line Jasper red color, which costs 2,08,000. And the Perak that is on sale costs 2,09,000 rupees. So all the three variants of the Jawa 42 bobber are cheaper than the Jawa Perak. So which one should you choose? Well, I would recommend go have a look at both the motorcycle in the showroom, take a test ride of both the motorcycle and see which one suits your need. Both the motorcycles perform very well. The Perak has a little bit of a sporty seating position, and to my liking, this one takes the cake because it has a better riding position. It has more features, it has LED lights all around, it has a LCD display and a smoother engine, a smoother gearbox. So I would pick this over the Perak. That being said, if you are an enthusiast and you're looking for a bobber style motorcycle, you can definitely go for this. It's priced really well. It does all the job well, it rides well, it has a decent mileage as well, and it should suit all and serve all your purposes. If you have any questions about the motorcycle, let us know in the comments below. Subscribe to Motoroids if you haven't already, and if you found any value in this video, hit the like button. Press that bell icon so that you get notified whenever we upload our next video. This is Vipul signing off. I will see you in the next video. Until then, rev hard, rev free, and ride safe.